No.
Nonetheless, we'll move on and get inside the bodega. NXT. Pretty good show. Pretty good show overall. I'll let you start off.
I'm gonna say that this is a go ahead. Like I had the thought of like Joe Hendry and Ego Page is the future of NXT, but
Mm-hmm.
they're the now of NXT. Obviously, like all Ego is already the champion, and I'm like, we had the conversation 2 weeks ago, like when I was like, yeah, you're a Joe Hendry guy, right? And you were like, yeah, I think so. Like I'm pretty sure that's what
Yeah.
that means. And yeah, so we're already here now. You know what I mean? So I just really appreciated that we're getting like with Trick losing the title to Ethan Page, I feel like it does like sort of like level out NXT. Like now that we're this like long in, I'm just thinking about it. But like that Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov rivalry for the NXT title was so great. And using that to like build Trick up and their storyline. And then you have to build that storyline up. And then Trick finally wins the championship. So like that was his, Sami Zayn winning the NXT title or the IC title recently. You know what I'm saying? Like at NXT. So I felt like for him to also be a homegrown project and like built all the way up, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, this is pretty difficult to book him off of this, except, it's Shawn Michaels and he has a great wrestling mind that, oh yeah, Ego Page, he's heel enough, or his gimmick is that like he thinks he's the best, obviously. Like we forget how he wins it, or I don't forget how he won the title. He takes a trick shot knee and passes out and falls on top of another person in a fatal four-way while he's unconscious and wins the title. But because of that, and Pete Dunne pulling double duty and like even beating Trick, last week is I think that's meant to like just bring Trick down a notch, obviously, and we're just getting a new reshuffling of the top of the board. So like
Yeah.
with Joe Hendry just being in this main event scene, awesome. And I really appreciate that. He's like, yeah, I'm from TNA, but I've already captured your hearts and minds. Hey, think about this in the future. You know what I'm saying? It could be sooner than you think. So I mean, how long until you feel comfortable putting the NXT title on Joe Hendry? We're just gonna say, like, let's say right now that he's already got on a contract with WWE. We just don't know yet. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
I will give you obviously it's the caveat. He is a TNA wrestler right now.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, he's got the NXT bumper now. Doesn't he have the NXT bumper now when he comes up? So that's the kind of fourth wall breaking thing that I was thinking about before, where when he was originally coming out, he had that TNA bumper on the bottom.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah, how
as
long? How
far as
long
like,
until that?
as far as winning the title,
Yeah,
you can win it right now.
you'd be okay with that?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay,
Because
so you're okay.
I could think there's a mutual benefit to this from both sides, even if he's not
Hmm.
signed with WWE, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, the title is not in NXT no more.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's on a different company's show. A guy came into your house and took your title. I don't. Will that ever? Will that happen? I don't think so, because we talked about like WWE is not going to let you take a win on them. But I do think Joe Hendry is over enough that, yeah, even if he holds the title for like a month,
Yeah.
I can see it working out.
Okay, that's what's
And then
up.
like,
Because
and then it puts a fire into everybody in NXT to like not jump ahead, but like you just had Wesley, Future Endeavor, his boys who are in
yeah.
TNA. You know what I'm saying? He attacked Joe Hendry, so you're kind of building this kind of TNA NXT rivalry
Hmm.
where now it's like they just took a major shot and took your title. It was all play when it was like Roxanne, Jordan Grace came in here. She had a good match, but through shenanigans, she ended up losing. Then
Yeah.
Roxanne goes over there, and not Roxanne, Tatum Paxley goes over there, and then she ends up losing to Jordan Grace. So it's
Yeah.
fun when that happens, but like now something monumental happened. Your main title is no longer on your show, or It's on your show, but it ain't on. It's not held by a guy that is employed by you guys technically.
Yeah.
And I think that should put a fire in everybody. You might even get new challengers to come up to be like, yo, I gotta put respect back on the NXT title name. I'm the one that saved NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this leads into War Games. Maybe we might have 3 War Games matches. Who knows? But
Right.
it seems like War Games, we're getting a lot of group matchups. Because right now we got Joe Hendry and the Rascals
Mm-hmm.
on one side. That's 3. We have Wesley, and we need to figure out 2 other more people that's going to tag with him.
Yeah.
Maybe you might get Obafemi.
Ethan Page. He's not homegrown either. The champion now.
Well, yeah, it's more so of like who's on the NXT side. It's like NXT versus TNA. So it's like who's NXT gonna put up? We got Wesley, maybe Obafemi, Trick.
I would say I don't think
Javon
Wesley would
Evans.
even.
I'm putting a lot of black people in this.
That's I'm putting a lot of black people. Who else is in there though? Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo would be interesting.
He's definitely NXT for sure.
Anybody that wants the title back.
Yeah, basically. I see what you're saying.
Basically, anybody that wants the title that Joe Hendry has should be fighting for that.
Mm-hmm.
Should be in that War Games match.